What's good, y'all? This is Justina Clear, and you are watching my limited podcast, Alchemy, The Making of, doing a deep dive in the creative process for my newest EP coming out, Alchemy. Let's do it. Alchemy is something that I've actually had written for a long time now. I wrote Alchemy back in 2021, and it came to me almost all at once. I remember the word fructify came into my mind, and I was like, fructify. So I looked it up, and sure enough, it was a real word, and the definition was just absolutely beautiful. And based off of that term, I came up with the song Fructify, which is a song you'll hear on the EP. Fructify is kind of like the spine of the album. But before any of this EP came about, before there were any songs written at all, there was a poem. The first piece that was written for this EP was the poem "Oh to Be." So the EP is sandwiched. So the first song is a poem, second one is a song, third is a poem, so on and so forth. And the first poem I wrote was "Oh to Be," and I wrote it when I was on vacation with some friends in Tennessee, and we had the grand idea to trip while we were out there. So I'm tripping and I'm having a great day. I'm just outside, and I spent all day outside. I slept in the hammock on the porch, and I was just enjoying being so close to nature. And I wrote the poem "Oh to Be." And that poem and that experience kind of shaped my writing process for Alchemy in a big way. I wrote this project during a tumultuous time in my life. You know, my relationship was not at peace. My financial life was in disrepair. My work life was in overload. I was just scrambling. I was really shredded at that point. I had just experienced a great grief, a great loss in my personal life. And I was very lost and unsure of my place currently in the direction that I was going. I was just in survival mode. And it's interesting because that is so different than what this EP represents. This EP is so hopeful. This EP is so magical. This EP is so celebratory. This EP is so at peace. And I wasn't feeling any of those things when I wrote it. So when I look back, it's so clearly a manifestation that I poured so much energy into it. It had no choice but to be. I'm so grateful to be releasing it at a point in my life where I am on the other side of that. And I am seeing the fruits of my labor, both mentally, spiritually, and physically. It's really rewarding process. I recorded this album a couple times. I did my rough cuts at Phrase Recording Studios, and then I did my final cuts at Raise the Bar Studios with Ash Matthews, who mixed the album. He recorded and mixed this piece. And that was a great experience. Big ups to Raise the Bar and Ash Matthews. They were very kind to me and took good care of me. But when I was finishing the final recordings for this, I had actually just found out that I was pregnant. And I had a whole release plan scheduled back in 2021 for this EP. And I got really, really sick when I was pregnant and had a really tough time. And I had no choice but to shelve it. My whole life changed. I wasn't able to work. I wasn't able to do music. I was just not well enough to. But I'm glad that that delay happened because it was so divine. I am so different than I was then. And I am so much more in the pocket of what this EP means. And I understand my own work so much better. It really is true as a creative that you are given ideas sometimes. You are given words sometimes that you may not have even truly understood when you received the work that you were meant to write. And it's actually, sometimes you're preaching to yourself and you don't know it until much later. It's a unique experience being a creative that way. And what made me circle back on it, one of the things that brought it back into my realm of attention, because I was enjoying just being a mom and moving at a slower pace, writing for other artists, and I was cool, like, I'll revisit that at another time. My best friend and business partner, Samurai, who's been a great support to me, she helped me master the album, she helped me piece everything together. Couldn't have done it without her. And before I started revisiting this project, she gave me a gift, and it was a sun catcher with a moon and stars, and it reflected these purple lights, and She gave it to me with the intention to inspire me to revisit this EP because she believed in it that much. And having someone else who had heard the word believe in it that much helped me to believe in it again. With this EP, I have made the mindful choice not to put it on streaming platforms. I apologize in advance. It will only be available for purchase on my website. It's just, I'm at a point in my life where I have to respect my art and I have to give it the worth that it deserves and the worth that it acknowledge the worth that it truly has. And streaming doesn't allow you to do that as an artist. Like, to even make $100 off of streams, you have to get 20,000 to 35,000 streams to just make $100. So when you break that down, 1,000 streams is only like $3 to $5. My work is worth so much more than that. And it's only helping big business. And in this economy, in this political and social climate, I have no interest in doing that. And I'm actually fatigued from us all being forced to do that and compromise in so many ways and in so many industries. And so this is also kind of like a form of rebellion. Like, you know what? No, my art is worth investing in, and other people will see that I'm willing to take that risk because I believe in myself and I believe in what I've put together. I spent all last summer and parts of this summer, or this spring, I should say, filming for the visual album for this, because this is such a concept album. It's so story driven that it only made sense to do a full visual piece to it. And so that will be on YouTube once I have that done. And I'm very excited. I only, used the resources that I have at my disposal. I didn't spend any extra money to accomplish this goal. I asked my sister if she would help me with the filming, as she's helped me in the past a couple times, and she gracefully obliged. And every week for 3 or 4 weeks, we would go out and we'd shoot for 3 or 4 hours and we'd get all the footage that we needed. And I'm so grateful to her for being available to do that and being willing to do that. That is such a huge testament to her love for me and her belief in what I do. Like, that's how you support. If you can't afford to buy, offer your help. Like, I'll record some footage for you. I'll do whatever I can. I'll share your stuff. Like, everything, every intentional act of support matters, and none of that is lost on me. This is near and dear to my heart, and I can only hope that you all fall in love with it as much as I have, and you all resonate with it over time, and that it grows for you over time the way it has for me. Alchemy is not just about me, it's about all of us, and I hope that you feel that. See you next time.